All right, Vishal, do you mind maybe introducing yourself and Analog Inference?
Sure. I'm the founder of Analog Inference. We founded the company in 2018. My background is in semiconductors. Worked in non-volatile, volatile memories, in-memory compute, analog compute, and so forth. Very excited to talk about what we do. And what we are building here is a very differentiated technology, which is extremely low energy. My vision for the company was to really take the data center into edge devices, into the devices like watches, cameras, drones, robots, and so on and so forth. Very high performance compute, which can only be run in data center, but move into the edge. So orders of magnitude lower energy consumption at very low cost points. And that's what the company is all about. Excited to talk about the technology.
Very nice. Tell me why now is the right time for your company?
Because there is a substantial amount of innovation going into AI. There is extreme innovation on the edge side of things where large performance networks are being developed for edge, going away from just keyword detection into large neural networks. Our first product is targeted for multi-channel vision, high definition, high resolution vision analytics, which goes into many different applications such as smart media, smart retail, security applications, and so on and so forth, autonomous driving applications and such. But increasingly, we see a gamut of AI applications. There are large language models, another area we could sort of get into. All of these applications in AI are extremely constrained from power consumption because they are very compute intensive. And so that becomes a key impediment to deployment of a large number of networks in this space. And that's what the company is all about. So we feel that we can really make a difference in the ecosystem for AI.
So you had the first TDK Ventures Portfolio Summit. Was this valuable to you and what did you take?
It was very valuable because I was kind of very impressed by the breadth and the depth of the portfolio companies. In each of the portfolio companies were developing some very exciting technologies. In fact, so much so that even those that I just barely got introduced to and I wasn't sure whether there's a fit in something that would fit us, talking to the founders and the representatives of the various companies just opens up the possibilities of where you could collaborate, or even if not collaborate, it just gives us broadens our view of the ecosystem of all the different aspects in which TDK Ventures is involved in. So I found that very exciting. I am just looking forward to continuing talking with some of the other founders today. Exciting new technologies in many different areas, actually, surprisingly, and that's very good.
Very nice. What does TDK goodness mean to you?
I was just talking about this with someone outside, and to me, of the various VC firms that I'm involved with, TDK provides very excellent support from founders. This goes from marketing support to finance support to investment support. Just the ecosystem support that is being developed for, like you said, for companies that are in the process of scaling out. Now we are not there yet, but I was very impressed to see the scale out team, for instance. And so when we get there, it will be great. The marketing support, again, something that I think we need. So it will be very helpful for us. Most of what I've seen for, for corporate VC firms, you don't get that. You get an investment from a corporate VC. They'd like to get some, some kind of status from you on a regular basis, but you don't get that kind of involvement in developing the company. And that I have not actually, quite frankly, not even seen in some of the top tier, well-established venture firms. Very few venture firms have that kind of involvement with their companies, and I think that's invaluable. In fact, I never really realized that when I first signed up with, or we kind of teamed up as an investment from TDK Ventures, and it's only gotten better as we've added the team and as we've added folks in the various aspects that are required for business development and growth. So I'm really looking forward to leverage that, especially when we scale out, because I think we really need that.
Very nice. I'm glad to hear you want to leverage a scaling team. How about the engagement team, and what do you look forward to engage with TDK Corporation?
So that is the other aspect of it. One was, of course, just the aspect of strategic alignment with what TDK is doing, and that is very interesting. Along with some of the other portfolio companies that TDK is, like for instance, they just acquired another company called Quixo, and we are having a meeting with them. Very excited to see what they are doing, because they are actually can be a very good platform for us to launch our product, with their software essentially, with our multi-channel vision platform for inspection, industry inspection as an example. So it just opens up our doors for getting into various different engagements with different customers as well as development, like InvenSense. I was talking to InvenSense as well today about how we could potentially use those sensors and attach our AI specifically for anomaly detections as an example. So these are some of the examples where we can partly partner with some of the areas that TDK is getting into. Interestingly, TDK is getting into a lot of very interesting areas as a company. I remember TDK from back when I was a kid, when we used to have these cassettes.
We moved on.
Moved on in a very substantial way with very deep technology and very excited, exciting new areas, I think.
Very nice. My last question is, where do you see analog inference in 5 years?
Where I see analog inference in 5 years is to be a lead in edge AI compute, not just for vision, but diversifying into ASR and other applications on edge compute as well. And I find that we have the core technology to do it, because we have all the key elements to be very successful in this space. Extreme low power consumption, very low cost profile, very low thermal footprint, very, very high performance numbers. So really we have a technology that we think can move the data center into the edge, and that will just open up new applications than what is there today. So I'm very excited to see what else develops. I mean, there's a lot developing in this space. I think we are in the very beginnings of what AI can do in many different applications. And sometimes it's even scary in terms of what is capable. So we'll see how that develops, but it's very exciting, certainly.
I can't wait. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Vishal.